baby. He destroys Carolina every single time. That's a 24-yard on the first play of the game. He's making dudes fall down. Sorry, Dante Jackson. Atlanta looks great early. Julio Jones, 85-68 in the first quarter versus the Panthers. Look at this. Trick or treat. We'll take a trick. And who does he throw to, guys? Is it someone who we talked about on the show yesterday? Curtis Samuel. Peter, what's his nickname?
The Brooklyn Baller.
Yeah. The Brooklyn Baller. Touchdown. Panthers keep pounding. What are you going to do about it? But 14-6. Atlanta, 2nd and 9. Matt Ryan, he never runs. Oh, yes, he does. Aikman says he's all over him. He's like, you don't see a lot of that from Matt Ryan. Got to credit Will Blackman, his former college teammate. Matt Ryan was a high school option quarterback. Really? He only got a recruiting off from Georgia
William
Tech.
Penn High School.
That's what I'm saying, Peter. Now, this gets ugly. Teddy steps up, third quarter, so 3rd and 7, and takes a massive hit and watch it, boom, to the side of the head. We hate to see it, especially after seeing Andy Dalton recently and some of these other guys. Notice, though, the Panthers lineman did try to fight. Teddy would come back. Thank God. We'd love to see it. 4th quarter. Check it out. A Todd Gurley touchdown that is a positive, constructive thing. God bless you, Todd Gurley. No going down early. No going down late. Todd Gurley, all he does is score touchdowns. He actually has a bunch of them on the year now. But they missed the extra point, eventually leaving only 8-point lead, so Carolina's going to come back. No. What a great name on Halloween. Bleedy Ray Wilson. Bleedy Ray. And look at the jacket. Blank, 25-17. But Julio had to talk about trade rumors afterwards. Get out of here.
At the end of the day, like I said, I know who I am. I know what I am to this team and this organization. So for me, I come to work every day. You know, I'm with my brothers. We go out, we grind every day. So, I mean, but that's the business side of it, too. You know, it's definitely a business side of this game. You know, don't get it twisted. But, you know, I'm ready for whatever. Like, you know, I count on myself. I want to be out there for my guys, you know, for my team, for my organization. I do want to finish, you know, my career with Atlanta. So, but like I said, at the end of the day, you know, those things are out of your hands.
Love hearing from Julio. What did we learn from the Falcons' win over those Panthers last night? Michael Jordan?
Yeah, we learned that they can lose ugly games, but they can also win ugly games. More importantly, though, Julio Jones, just like we said yesterday, is reminding everybody just how good he is. I know that he has some injuries. He sat out a couple of times this year, but Julio Jones is back. You know, Julio Jones, when we start talking about all the best receivers in the NFL, when we start talking about Michael Thomas and DeAndre Hopkins,
DK
Adams, Devontae, all these other wide receivers, Julio Jones is sitting back looking at these guys like Michael Jordan looked at Clyde Drexler in the '92 finals. He's like, wait, what? You're comparing those guys to me? Do you remember who was the best receiver in the world for a decade? It's me. And I'm glad that he did this and had this big breakout game, 150 plus. Because regardless of how much he's getting paid in Atlanta, regardless of if Atlanta wants him to stay there, Julio Jones will always have a place to play football next year, even if it's not in Atlanta.
He was the star last night. I think we were happy for Julio. We talked about the potential of this thing breaking up. Maybe Julio leaves. Maybe Matt Ryan's not on the team last year. That's the last nationally televised game Atlanta's going to play this year. They're not going to get flexed, I don't think. So this may be the last time you see him. Julio had himself a night, and I love afterwards when they are talking about how he has dominated Carolina. Like every single time. He had a 300-yard game against Carolina. Steve Smith's on the post game, and he's like, dude, why do you always have to do us like that? And Julio had a great response.
How in the hell do you always thrash us every time you wake up and play? What is the deal? Every time.
Yeah, I don't know. I got something. I don't know, man. Today it was just a lot of zone for us, right?
I mean, is it...
Man, yeah, I do have... I mean, y'all not the only people I have a good game against, you know? We just took advantage of the opportunities today.
Excellent. That's my dog right there. Touche.
Phenomenal answer.
See, he starts with it. Well, they play a lot of zone and blah, blah, blah. Look, you guys are not the only one I have a good game against. I'm Julio. I have against everybody. I thought that was a nice little moment from him. Huge star night from Julio. Who knows what the future is going to happen? But last night, number 11 was awesome.
Yeah, the Falcons won. But if you're a Falcons fan this morning, it wasn't without some moments of deep despair. And let's go through these final sequences here, because you might not know the whole story.
Young Wade.
Break it down.
Let's look at it.
Let's get into it here. First, we get a touchdown. This puts them up 8 points, all right? You kick an extra point, it's a 2-score game with a minute left, it's over. Younghoe Koo missed the extra point. So it's an 8-point game. The defense stops them. The Falcons get the ball back. It's 3rd and long, and their time is ticking. Just go down, go down, go down. Gurley ran out of bounds.
How does it do that?
He stopped the clock. The Panthers had a shot here, down 8 at the end. If they don't get the interception at the end, there was a chance they lost this game. Todd Gurley got the ball on 3rd and 14 with the time ticking away and ran out of bounds after a missed extra point. It's like the Falcons don't want to win games.
Aren't you shocked they won?
I'm shocked they won. Bleedy Ray Wilson?
Bleedy Ray Wilson saved the night.
Bleedy Ray Wilson saved the night from one of the craziest finishes after one of the other craziest finishes, 2 weeks after one of the other craziest finishes, a week after one of the craziest finishes. The Atlanta Falcons are going to have a football life or an America's team or something else at some point.
Behind the music.
Yeah, NFL Films needs to do it because last night's game almost got really interesting, but they won.
Triggs, are you impressed that they look like a team that despite everything are not willing to give up?
No, they've got so much talent on that roster. And they fought till the very end, of course, and they're flashing Grady Jarrett and Keanu Neal. They're all over the place. And yet they almost lost at the end.
Their defense came through and it mattered, though.
Yeah, I have to give you your flowers, though, because yesterday on the show, you said that just give him his flowers while he can smell them, not when he's in the casket. And you said that Jeremy Chin was going to ball out, and he also said that Curtis Samuel was. He said Curtis Samuel and Jeremy Chin was going to ball out. I'm watching the game. I'm like, okay, did Peter just predict the future yesterday?
Jeremy Chin had one of the coolest fake punts you'll ever see, and it was aggressive for the call. David Tepper likes analytics. Aikman mentioned it. The Panthers went for it on just about every big 4th down. They didn't get them all. It was a fun game last night.
Love it. We'll show more highlights, dig into that great call on Jeremy Chin.
Oh, there's fake. I love it.
The up back.
Bold call.
4th and 5. They go for a fake punt with Jeremy Chin to keep the
fake punts are back.
They're back.
I feel like they haven't been working lately.
I like
Jeremy Chin, the up back.
Thursday night game, guys. Thursday coming up next week. It's an NFC Championship rematch. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, George Kittle and the Niners. It's Thursday night. Okay, like, hello. I'm here for this one. I'm going to be real tired on Friday morning.
Exactly.
Thursday.
Panthers, Falcons.
No, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Do they have a Jeremy Chin? No. It's on Fox, on NFL Network, and streaming on Prime Video. Let's welcome in our friend, NFL Network insider, Ian Rappaport, to the show this morning. I am double coffeeing Ian, so let's do this thing. Falcons receiver Calvin Ridley, one of our favorites here on the show. He left last night's game in the 2nd quarter. He had a bit of an ankle injury. What's the latest with him to start?
You talk about the huge game that Julio had. Part of that was because Calvin Ridley did not return to the field after this injury. Came across the field, seemed to land kind of a funny way, was listed as an ankle injury, looked more like a foot or a mid-foot injury. And, listening to interim coach Raheem Morris after the game, he believed that this little mini bye the team is going to be on, like all teams on Thursday night, potentially could be enough to heal this injury. In other words, maybe this is something that is not a major injury. He was ruled out of the game. That's never a good sign. He's going to have some more tests today just to determine the severity of this. And, of course, if he is out, would not be good news for Atlanta, one of the best young receivers in the game.
Let's talk about a Patriots wide receiver. I know I have Bill Belichick sitting here to my right, but I ask you, Ian, about receiver Julian Edelman. I looked at his, production. Really great to start the season over the last 4 games. He hasn't hit over 35 receiving yards in any game. It's not what we expect from a guy who's been dominant there year after year. What's going on with the knee injury? The surgery? What's going on in Sunday? San Francisco, his hometown? What's the deal?
Yeah, and it was clear, Kay, that Julian Edelman was just not himself on the field. We watched him for so many years. He's been in and out of his breaks so fast. He's a fantastic route runner. It has not been the same, and one of the reasons is because he's been battling a chronic knee injury, basically bone on bone for his